You ever feel like launching a functional medicine offer means sacrificing your sanity or sleep? In this training, I'll walk you through a step by step plan to launch functional medicine in your practice in just 30 days without getting stuck in overthinking, the tech, or analysis paralysis. And stick around because I'll share the biggest mistake most providers make when they launch and how avoiding it helped one doc get fully booked in just a few weeks. I'm Dr. Zac Watkins, and after walking dozens of practices through this process, I've seen that the key to a sustainable functional medicine launch isn't complexity, it's clarity, consistency, and heart. I'm going to start implementing and entering a calendar into the community. I'll send this out through email too, but it's going to try to list or will list all the things I want to cover probably every week for the rest of the year, or at least through quarter 3. Try going to stick to it, do my best. It's going to be a lot, but again, my ultimate hope is just to give value and support you guys where you're at when it comes to implementing maybe some nutrition in your practice. So I'll get into the topic really quick, but share something that I've been thinking about. I've been approached with an opportunity to, let's just say, long story, it's a great opportunity to implement it's a different company that wants to partner, but it's implementing more, let's say, easier turnkey solutions into, let's say, a chiropractic practice for functional medicine or for more nutrition. And the concept is, hey, you're already doing some adjusting. Maybe you have a pain focused clinic. We're going to go ahead and just implement some maybe cookie cutter approaches that makes it very turnkey for you. You don't have to even think or worry about it, because all we're going to do is drive leads, drive more sales. And I like that because that's what a lot of you are telling me about, leads and sales, all that kind of stuff. So it's tempting, and I'm thinking about how I can weave that into what I do with providers. But because I've been told, of course, I think a lot of this is a sales process, but being told that, hey, what you want to do is great. Like what I'm doing for you is great, and it's a good thing, but no provider's going to do it. No provider's going to implement it because they're not going to know enough. They're not going to know how to do it. They're going to have kind of this imposter syndrome, and it's just going to fail. So you should just give up and try to find these cookie cutter kind of turnkey approaches, which is scalable, makes you more money, all this kind of stuff. And I think back and I start to wonder, is that true? So what I have to do is step back and just say, you know what? I am here just to help and serve the providers in our group. And I'm passionate about functional medicine, the business process of it. And I think I want to come at it more from, or less of a, hey, doc, I don't know who you are or care who you are, take this system, implement it, and grow quick and make some money, and we're going to get some money and all that stuff. Or what my gut and my heart always says is, hey, what I want to do is probably harder. And it takes more of my time, more of my team's time. And as I grow, it may get more difficult. But I want to approach every person I talk to and work with in a way that says, what do you ultimately need and how can I support you? I don't want you as a provider to implement something because you think it's going to float you for the next month, or it's just going to bail you out of a problem, or it's going to just give you just this freedom out of nowhere that you're desiring. What I'm interested in doing, and what I hope this group is for, is working with providers who actually are servant forward, really care about their patients, have a desire to learn and to bring more good news to your community. And because I think when you start with that, the implementation of whatever you do is easier because you're passionate about it and you really genuinely want to serve people. Could this other route that I'm thinking about or been approached with be easier? Yeah, a lot easier on many aspects. but I know it doesn't really serve the people probably in the best way. I have no really desire working with providers who are just looking for more of a easy, quick fix, turnkey thing. I want to work with providers that are willing to do the work, and I'm willing. What I've been doing, me and my team recently, is just doing a lot of heavy lifting and hand holding. It's a lot of work. It's overwhelming. I got sick this week because I've just been working a lot. I enjoy it because I want to see you guys succeed. I hear these providers, for instance, talking to them about their revenue, they're doing a good revenue, but they're just strapped. The margins are so thin, and they're investigating the next marketing firm. Um, Guys, I've been there. I've spent over $500,000 in marketing companies and marketing firms, um, thinking that there was something that was going to solve my problem. And what I came to learn was the problem was more me because I didn't want to get in and really communicate and be one-on-one with my people, the patients. Um, a marketing company is not going to solve your problems. They're going to put out cool graphics and quotes and all this kind of stuff. And they're going to research what functional medicine is or nutrition. They're going to, talk about benefits of avocados and stuff like that. But in the end, it's not going to work because it's not resonating with your patients. And what's going to resonate is you and your heart. How do you want to help them? Is it harder work? Absolutely. In this day of AI and things going fast and quick, I think people are torn more towards that's what the easy, quick turnaround thing is. And I get it, but I also think that consumers are more and more sheltered or are blocked off from trusting people. I've talked about this a lot, the low trust economy. And because of that, it's going to be even harder and harder and harder. So now doctors are going to be kind of forced to go into this kind of quick cookie cutter approaches that's going to give them money fast. But I think the outcomes will be not as great. So I bring this up, I guess, more so of just encouraging you to say, if you are a provider, if you're a doctor that's really wanting to implement a new way, a new maybe thing for your office from a heartfelt perspective and not just because of another money thing, um, that's what I hope to serve. It's going to be hard work. It's not easy. Um, but I know when you work at things hard enough and long enough, you are successful. And the way to do that, you have to be passionate and care about it enough. If you're driven by status and money, you're going to burn out. I've been there. I used to care a lot about status and money, um, thinking that I didn't, but subconsciously I did. Spending money on things I shouldn't be. Thinking I had an excuse to do so. And in the end, it crashes and burns you. So I encourage you that if you want to implement some nutrition and functional medicine things into your practice, you're going to get a lot of feedback. What about my medical doctor? My medical doctor could do these things, or someone else could do these things, or there's a wellness spa down the road that does these things. Who am I? Hey, real quick, if you're listening to this and thinking, I need some help building out something like this in my own practice, well, just scroll down and click the first link in the description. You can book a free strategy call with myself or my team, and we're going to take a look at what you are doing now, where you're stuck, and show you exactly how to build a customized care plan that works for both your patients and your business. All right, back to the video. This is a good chance that you need to find back with that, and you need to just say, how can I serve the people in front of me? That's one thing that really gets me through the day, or used to get me through the day a lot in practice as well. Being overwhelmed, stress, finances, whatever it is, just you are placed in this position to serve the people in front of you. They're coming to you for help. And if you are too occupied with what you look like or think like, or what's the new process you should implement, uh, it's you're cheating them out. So I guess I'm bringing this up because I was just thinking through, honestly, if is what I'm doing with some of you and other providers that are in this group, is it a dead end? Is it a dead end for me? Is it a dead end for our group and our company? Um, because what I do is very hands-on work, our team. I just want to see success. It's a lot of work. But then I have to step back and say, What's my ultimate goal? I want to see people successful that serves their families, financially, but also emotionally, purpose driven. I'm passionate about that. And I think if I can help them do that, then I want to keep doing this. I want to keep supporting people. Um, this is not like a Dear John letter or anything. I like to think about these things. Of course, I want to scale. Of course, I want to grow. Of course, I want to impact more people. Yes, it would be easier other ways. I mean, I can't do lab consults for 300 doctors for all their patients. I want to, but it just gives me the ideas and the questions to level up. How can we be better for them to make them successful? So that's what makes me excited. All I can start with is how can I help support you from day one to get clear, um, to impact others. That's what I care about. Okay, so just some random thoughts. So with that, let's start off with today's topic. That was a crazy intro. Let's do this window. I think you can see this. First of all, I'll quote all that. Whoops, that's my son. Forgot to close that out. Look, so in functional medicine, nutrition, whatever, patients are encouraged to play an active, engaged role in their treatment because we recognize that the patient's behavior is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, contributor to chronic disease. And I like that. I think whatever we decide to do and do with our patients, pain management clinic, med spa, the mom and pop family chiropractor office that wants to start serving their patient demographic in a new way, whatever. Our goal, we need to know that a lot of this success is not going to be in us. And can I talk to my patients about it? What are they going to think about me? Am I qualified? All that stuff. We need to know that the patients need to have an active, engaged role in their treatment, which is why you as the provider, you already know enough. It's not going to be about the X's and O's, as they say in sports. It's going to be more about, are you a leader? Can you motivate and encourage your patients to take the next steps? If you can, people want to be led. Now, no matter what your treatment looks like, they will follow you. We can help you implement the plan. It's more so about, can you lead effectively? I'm passionate about this too. Developing leaders. I want to be led. I want to lead others. And to do that, I got to level up in areas of my life. Same with you. So just like functional medicine, nutrition, chiropractic, nursing, whatever it is, can we level up enough to be the example to our patients, knowing that them getting well is them taking an active role in their health? They need to own that. Patients need to know that. They need to own it. I think a lot of them don't want to own it, nor do they want to admit it. So I have no problem being a little bit, not rough with patients, but kind of saying, look, this is going to be up to you. This is not up to me. I can give you the map. You got to start getting in the car and taking the right direction. Okay. And if you're going to dink around and not go all in and blame other people, we can't live this victim mentality. We got to do the work. Okay. So very basic slides, but what we're going to talk about today, okay, functional medicine in 30 days. How to launch without overwhelm. And this will be applicable to different people at different times, different stages of their practice career and their life. I want, excuse me, I've been under the weather. I want to give and kick off this kind of rest of the quarter series with some steps that kind of walk you through and some takeaways. My goal is to give you takeaways, downloadable guides, kind of step one, step two, to help you think through. But if you have questions, reach out, post them in the group. I like that so people can see it, so we can engage one another, share each other's wins. I really, really enjoy that. You can message me, but let's also talk to the group as well. Okay, so today we want to just walk through a step-by-step approach or a plan to launch kind of a functional medicine offer in your practice, even if you're going from scratch. So it doesn't have to be complicated. I know we think about functional medicine, this crazy, maybe some weight loss potions or liquids or whatever it is. Let's just, we're trying to get you to think differently about your patient demographic and what we can get going to get your feet wet, to get your patients knowledge about what you do, and go from there. Okay. So this will all be outlined for you. But week one, we talk about defining your offer and your purpose. They think about, here it is again, but think about your ideal patient. Is it gut driven? Is it energy health? Is it pain management? Maybe your chiropractor focuses on pain. Still do that. Maybe it's pain, but you can weave other nutritional things into it related to that. So that's okay. Just because, let's say you're a chiropractor, you don't have to say, well, I got to get out of whatever chiropractic is and focus on hormones. No, if you really like what you do, that's phenomenal. There's so many good things you can do to come alongside what you're doing. Pick one core problem to solve, whatever it is. Ulcerative colitis, PCOS. Maybe you or your family member has struggled with something that you have a passion about. Focus down, really, really focus down. I think that's a lot of people's problems when they first start. Okay, decide on your delivery model. Are you going to try to do things virtually to kind of free up more time for you throughout the week? Are you going to do things in person? Maybe you're going to do more of a hybrid approach, which means are you going to maybe do some consults? Oh, I talked about this, I think, last time, is maybe you do some consults already in the office, but you want to start incorporating some virtual aspects to it, some calls, some Zoom group calls. And then think about setting your initial pricing. And like is it an initial consult you're going to charge for? Is there initial maybe evaluative entry level lab that you want to start with? Ask me questions if you want as we go along, what that means. Maybe you have questions on labs or things that you can incorporate. There's lots of ways to do things well. It's going to start with your purpose, though, and what you really want to do to impact people. But maybe if you don't have like a nutrition consultative kind of pricing, think about it already. How much would you charge just to talk to somebody about this? If they came to you with all their concerns and problems and stress, and you want to, let's say, use that symptom survey that's in the community group that you can review, or maybe it's a different kind of intake paperwork, what would you do? What would you charge for that to start giving them direction? Something easy to start with. Okay, week two, we're going to set up some tools. Set up some tools for your office. If you want to use labs, think about getting set up with a lab company. I like and recommend Avexia. Very familiar with them, which is why I think they're more customer friendly and easier to use. I think a lot of other companies are relying a little too much on AI and human hands off, which makes it frustrating. Anyway, if you're using labs or want to get started with stuff for you and your family, I like that company. Think about a good intake form. Do you want to start just using a Google form? If you've gone to Google, so for instance, here we are, Google Drive. We'll get to that later. Look, Google Forms. This is how easy it is. No? Go to Google Forms and just say, that's my intake form. Question one, right? I mean, you can make all this up. You can do multiple choice, long form answers, paragraphs, check boxes, drop downs. Foolproof. It's so easy. Okay. So it doesn't have to be fancy yet. Just get started. You can always make it complicated as you go and get bigger or get more steam under your belt. Or there's like software like Practice Better that allows you to use different forms. I have a few practitioners that they already have something they like. And I tell them, look, for instance, send me everything you got. Oh, it's 25 pages. That's okay. Send it to me. Circle what you like. That's how we know. I'll get some feedback based off my experience and also based off your goals. And we can just kind of narrow it down, make it simple. Okay. Think about a scheduling tool. If you don't have a software you use already, if you have a scheduling software, ChiroTouch, Jane, some of these other med spa softwares, can you block off, days of the week that says, I'm going to schedule Fridays for consults and just block it. And then use your tools already scheduled. If not, Calendly is a simple tool. I really like Calendly. Easy to set up. And when you do that, you can then post a link on your website. You can put it on your business card. You can, if people still have business cards, you can QR code it. Sit really, really easy. Again, don't worry about how to get stuff done. Think about what's ideal in your head and maybe some ideas. Circle them, write them down, and ask me if you want help. Ask me if you want more direction. I'm happy to point you. I'm not charging. Just and tell me what your needs are, and I'll help you. Okay, payment systems. Stripe is one, Square is another one. I like Stripe personally. Maybe you already have a software set up that collects money, maybe like QuickBooks or whatever it is. Whatever it is, make it easy. I used to be very intimidated to all this stuff, but it's surprisingly uh, dummy proof. You set it up, you link your bank account, uh, you put the Stripe link into your scheduling thing. I mean, it's all intertwined. It's really great. And again, I can walk you through all that and help you with that. I know you're a busy practitioner, which is why we try to do things for you, help you out for a little bit. Finally, drafting like an onboard documentation, like just it's more a lot of it's for you, but okay, let's say you want to see a patient, let's say you're a chiropractor, you're adjusting patients, they want to talk more maybe about some gut pain they're having and how it's maybe related to their spine health. Well, you could, go through the process and what's your intake look like? Maybe what's your symptom intake look like? What's the consult look like? Time, maybe what's your next steps? Is it maybe giving them a free dietary guide to start taking steps with an anti-inflammatory diet? Is it maybe some supplementation you want to recommend for their certain condition? Lots of ways to do this. We can get more advanced and start recommending, let's say, pain-specific laboratory analysis. What's your body saying regarding the pain? Is there things that we can monitor and track that we can help you with? Think about ideally what would make sense to you. And the way I would think about this is, let's say you walk into your own office. What would you want? How would you want to be treated? And, this doesn't have to be some big, huge, robust plan. Just get some ideas about what's that onboarding look like? I'm a new patient coming into you. This is how the conversation goes. This is maybe when we schedule other nutrition consultations or whatever. What's the next step? Well, the next step is I get some basic labs done. Or the next step is I, fill out this form. Next step is we do a applied kinesiology exam, whatever it is. Okay, what's after that? List that out so you get a bigger idea of where this patient's going to go. If you don't know, then it's very hard to sell your patient or talk to them about how to help them. And I think that's a lot of problems I see with providers as well. Okay. Number 3, week 3, keep moving through. Market to warm network. What's a warm network? A network could be your current patient base. It could be your social media following, if you're active on that. It could be colleagues, friends and family, those things. Make an announcement on your social and or email. I always like email if you're actively engaged. Set up like 3 email sequence, that maybe you could say, dear, whatever, patient base. It's all obviously customized, but, I've been talking to a lot of you patients in our office, and there seems to be a lot of trends toward gut pain, and they've been asking how it relates to maybe my spine health. I'm going to educate you the next few days about what the relationship is and maybe some things you may be missing that we can help you with. By the way, if you want to talk further about this, I say a free 20-minute discovery call period on Fridays. I'm only taking 15 people to start because I really want to give my best and my all to serve you the best I can. Because so many of you are asking me this, I'm reserving this time slot. Schedule your free consult. Here's my Calendly link. Get on my Calendly link. Here's my ChiroTouch calendar, whatever it is. Or call the office. Have my team set you up for a free call. If you're active on social media, direct message them. Maybe you got followers on Instagram that you like, reach back out, or just make an announcement and talk about what you're offering. You could share a short video. In my experience, social media people love videos, even if they're really bad and really kind of weird. Like you just woke up, People like that. You're real. You're human. Just, say, hey, community, practice community, love seeing you all. I'm happy to announce that since I've been focusing more on nutrition for my health and my family and myself, a lot of my patients have been asking more about the relationship between their gut pain and maybe their spinal adjustments and things that we're working with. Great question. I'm here to educate you more, but to dive deeper, we're offering these free consults in the office. I encourage you to schedule. Click my link in the bio to call. There's lots of ways to do it. You don't want to say, hey, everybody, I'm addressing gut pain. Schedule your consult free, and then we'll, happy days. You got to build that rapport. If they trust you enough, start off with a call to hook, but, hey, everybody, there's 3 top things that my chiropractic patients are missing as it relates to solving their gut pain, even though it's also related to their spinal pain. There's lots of ways to do that because then they want to hear more. Tell them a little bit about what you're seeing in your office, what you have experience with, what you're looking to solve, and then invite them at the end. I'm opening up some space on my calendar to talk with you for free as a provider to serve you, to hear more, maybe how we can help. Okay, just simple as that. Week 4, I'd love to see you kind of schedule your first 3 calls, offer the free minute call it a root cause review, call it a discovery call, whatever it is. I can help you with all these things as well, but you want to get people on the phone. You want to talk to people. You want to just, this is not a sales thing. Don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Don't be overwhelmed. You being here shows you have interest in serving your patient base in a new way, different way. If you don't know what that is, it makes it hard to understand what you're talking about. This is why we talk about going back to week 1, figure out who you're officially kind of trying to target. I talked to a doctor the other day who's interested in cardiovascular health and diabetes. Obviously, those are killers. And there's a lot of simple things we can do. Chiropractic, you're supporting them with pain, structural things. But there's a lot of other things that we can do. Okay, so once you start doing that, you're able to know who to talk to, get them on a phone call. Everybody likes talking to their doctor, right? If their doctor calls them, it's like, holy cow. When the doctor calls their patients, right? So call them up, get them on the call. It's a grunt work at first, but the goal is to develop that trust more and more. Okay. Follow up with them a little bit later, see how they're doing, see, how else they can help. Maybe say, here's my onboarding process. Here's my next steps to get started, to dive in deeper. This is something I know we can help with. I'm excited to help you. Side note, we have providers that I help them when it comes to labs and understanding and teaching, because that's what I like to do as well. But yeah, just start celebrating, your onboarding. You just have to step out and do it. Okay, so I'm trying to give you a list of things to try to check off each week. If you're serious, if you're thinking about, hey, I need something from a more revenue perspective, free up my time a little bit. Maybe there's things I can do when I'm on vacation with my family. I'm allowed to maybe step out and do some things to serve my patients. This will be it. And it doesn't have to be hard and complicated. There's a lot of, like I said, turnkey stuff, cookie cutter things, and it may be okay. My experience is, one, I think patients can see that, and sometimes it makes it harder to sell because they know it's like a, across the board, simplicity, same for everyone kind of a thing. So you're trying to do this for the right reasons. Spend more time with family, increase revenue, deliver more quality value to your patients. That's a great place to start. Make sure you know what tugs in your heart and where you want to support them with. Is it pain? Is it hormone? Whatever it is, I don't know that. And then just start developing that trust. Okay, so I laid out the steps. Okay, and I have a checklist for you. It's in the module, and I invite you just to start. I invite you to post some progress. I invite you to get started. I'll talk to multiple doctors who have been waiting for years to do something, and they just don't know what to do. And the more they see, the more they learn, the more they don't know what to do, what direction to take. Should I hire this group to teach me? Should I hire this to do that? I think now you're doing it out of a scarcity mentality, um, versus kind of true what your heart wants to do. But you're gonna have to take the step, okay? And there is no right or wrong way. I'm trying to give you some steps that you can start implementing. I'm here for you, which is why you should post your comments, post your progress, post your questions as you go along. Let me see. I had that pulled up. This is what we'll be posting to the group. Print this out, check it off. If you want some accountability, just answer all these things and send them back to me. Zac, Z-A-C, at drzacwatkins.com or in the group. Either way, keep you accountable. I'm literally walking through what I would probably do with some other people just to get them going. Okay. So start with that. That's where you want to go. The last thing is I wanted to kind of side note. I want to show you kind of the calendar I'm going to post. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to post these. I think I want to do this for people who want to see what's coming and maybe want to pick and choose what they want to learn more about. But you can see we're here. Okay. We want to talk about maybe offers, price of packaging next time. We're going to keep going down, choosing lab partners, lead magnets, software, just stuff to answer questions. Okay. It's not like we're trying to overwhelm. We're trying to give you some value. Maybe it helps you. Maybe you're all in different places. My hope is that the more you learn, the more you have questions, the more that you're ingrained in some of this knowledge, the more that you will start taking action, right? I had a provider the other day state, which I really agree with. She's just like, look, we've been working on this stuff together. I've been focused mentally on doing these things, and now patients are actually asking me more questions about nutrition and functional medicine. So it's almost like they're coming to her more because she's subconsciously working on these things. Okay. Nothing crazy weird about that. You're attracting these kind of patients. You're attracting the outcomes you're wanting to implement in your business. Okay. So we're going to go through a lot of stuff like this just so I can talk and give some feedback and to give everybody some actionable items. Okay. All right. So that's your homework. Try to walk through some of these steps. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask me, to reach out, and we're going to start going through that. Okay. Forgive me of being a little under the weather. I hope I did all right. But send your questions. We'll go from there. And we are going to chat next week. Keep questions coming. Post them. Like I said, I like to see them in the group. I don't mind the emails. I like that, but I would love to kind of get more people involved because everybody's learning from each other, right? So with that, appreciate your time. Hey, before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. If you like this one, you're definitely going to like the next video. So click here on the screen, keep going, and I'll see you over there.